Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. What happens when the hunter suddenly becomes the hunted? And what if the man everyone thinks is trapped turns out to be the smartest player in the room? In the latest explosive developments from Beyond the Gates, Grayson finds himself in a high-stakes chase with Jacob closing in fast. Just when it looks like Grayson has nowhere left to run, he pulls off a shocking move that completely flips the situation, escaping Jacob's grasp and turning a simple pursuit into a much deeper psychological battle. Alright, let's break this down because the upcoming events in Beyond the Gates are setting up one of the most intense and suspenseful moments the show has delivered in a long time. Everything centers around Grayson and Jacob, two characters whose complicated history has been building toward this explosive confrontation for weeks. For quite some time now, Grayson has been surrounded by suspicion, secrets have been piling up, alliances have been shifting, and more than a few people have started questioning what he's really involved in. But if there's one thing viewers know about Grayson, it's that he's not someone who passively waits for events to unfold around him. He's a strategist. He's the type of person who survives by thinking three steps ahead of everyone else. Even when things look completely hopeless, that personality becomes absolutely crucial when Jacob finally catches up with him. Jacob's pursuit hasn't come out of nowhere. This chase has been building slowly through a long trail of clues, half truths, betrayals, and unanswered questions. Episode after episode, Jacob has grown more convinced that Grayson is hiding something major, something that could explain the tangled mystery affecting several people connected to the story. For Jacob, catching Grayson isn't just about putting a stop to a fugitive. It's about control, it's about uncovering the truth that he believes Grayson has been deliberately keeping hidden. There's also a strong sense that this chase has become personal for him. The deeper he digs into Grayson's actions, the more determined he becomes to finally corner him and force the truth into the open. For Grayson, though, the stakes are very different. To him, this isn't about proving a point or winning a moral argument. This is about survival. As the tension builds, viewers watch the chase unfold in real time, with every passing second bringing Jacob closer to capturing his target. The suspense comes not just from the physical pursuit, but also from the emotional weight behind it. These two men are far from strangers. Their previous encounters have always been layered with distrust, quiet manipulation, and confrontations that never fully resolved. Every step Jacob takes toward Grayson carries that history with it, and every move Grayson makes reflects the fact that he knows exactly how dangerous this situation has become. Eventually, the moment arrives that many viewers might think is the end of the road for Grayson. He's cornered. The location they end up in leaves almost no room for escape. It's the kind of place where any logical observer would assume the chase is finally over. Jacob clearly believes he has the upper hand now. He confronts Grayson directly, standing between him and any obvious exit, demanding answers that he's been chasing for so long. The atmosphere between them becomes incredibly tense. The silence stretches out, the dialogue is sharp, filled with accusation and guarded responses. Jacob pushes hard for the truth, convinced that this is the moment he finally breaks through Grayson's defenses. And for a brief moment, it really does seem like Grayson's luck has run out. But that assumption turns out to be the biggest mistake of all. Instead of surrendering or panicking, Grayson stays remarkably calm. While Jacob focuses on the confrontation, Grayson is doing something else entirely. He's observing, studying the environment, looking for any possible advantage, no matter how small. That quiet calculation changes everything. Out of nowhere, Grayson makes a move that no one expected. The exact details of this maneuver are clever, daring, and incredibly risky. Whether he manipulates something in the surrounding environment, exploits a split second hesitation from Jacob, or activates a plan he secretly prepared earlier, the effect is immediate and dramatic. Jacob is completely caught off guard. In a flash, the balance of power shifts. What looked like a guaranteed capture suddenly becomes chaos. Grayson uses that moment of surprise perfectly, slipping past Jacob and continuing his escape before his pursuer has time to fully react. It's the kind of twist that leaves viewers stunned. Jacob has always been portrayed as methodical, focused, and relentless in his pursuit. He doesn't make careless mistakes, yet Grayson's quick thinking prove that even someone as determined as Jacob can underestimate the creativity of a desperate opponent. But the story doesn't end with the escape. In fact, that's where things get even more interesting. Once Grayson gets away, the situation transforms from a straightforward chase into something far more complicated. It becomes a psychological battle between two men who now understand each other better than ever. Jacob is left frustrated, but far from defeated. Instead of giving up, he becomes even more determined. The fact that Grayson managed to outmaneuver him only strengthens his resolve to catch him again. He begins analyzing everything that happened, trying to figure out how Grayson anticipated his moves and what his next step might be. Meanwhile, Grayson's escape raises an entirely new set of questions. Is he simply trying to avoid capture, or does he have a larger objective in mind? Some hints suggest that Grayson might be heading towards someone who holds a key piece of information, someone who could explain the mystery that's been hanging over the story for so long. Other theories imply that Grayson might be protecting a secret that could destroy several powerful individuals if it ever became public. Whatever the truth is, one thing becomes clear: Grayson isn't running blindly. He's playing a long game. That realization makes Jacob's mission even more complicated. He's no longer just chasing a suspect, he is pursuing someone who may have a carefully constructed strategy unfolding behind the scenes. And this is where the ripple effects start spreading throughout the rest of the story. News that Grayson escaped despite Jacob's efforts doesn't stay quiet for long. Other characters begin reacting in different ways. Some people might secretly admire the boldness and intelligence Grayson showed in that moment. Others grow increasingly nervous, wondering what he might do next and whether his secrets could drag them into danger as well. Grayson's escape also triggers new investigations. Different factions begin reassessing their positions, trying to determine how much they actually know about the situation and whether they can still control it. Moments like this are classic turning points in soap style storytelling. One unexpected move from a single character suddenly sends shockwaves through multiple storylines at the same time. But beyond the action and strategy, there's also a deeper emotional layer to the scene. During their confrontation, the expressions and dialogue between Grayson and Jacob hint at unresolved conflicts that go beyond the current mystery. Issues of loyalty, betrayal, and personal conviction are all simmering beneath the surface. Jacob believes he's pursuing the truth and doing the right thing, but Grayson's calm confidence suggests that the situation might be far more complicated than it appears. That ambiguity is what makes the storyline so compelling. By escaping in such a dramatic way, Grayson ensures that his story remains unpredictable. Nobody, including the audience, can be completely certain where he's headed next or what his ultimate goal might be. At the same time, Jacob's relentless determination guarantees that this pursuit isn't ending anytime soon. If anything, it's only just beginning. This moment is likely going to have huge consequences for the entire storyline of Beyond the Gates. Grayson's escape doesn't just keep him out of custody, It changes the power dynamics between several characters. Now everyone knows that Grayson is capable of staying one step ahead even when the odds are stacked against him. That realization will make some people fear him and others question whether they have been underestimating him all along. For Jacob, this failed capture becomes personal. Instead of closing the case, it fuels a deeper rivalry that could drive future confrontations and force both characters into even more dangerous situations. Honestly, this is exactly the kind of storytelling that keeps the drama exciting. The moment when viewers think the chase is over, only for a character like Grayson to pull off a brilliant escape, is incredibly satisfying. It shows that the writers aren't afraid to flip expectations and keep the audience guessing. What makes it even better is the psychological tension between Grayson and Jacob. They're not just opponents, they are two strong personalities locked in a battle of intelligence and determination. And that kind of rivalry is always fun to watch unfold. So now the big question is, where is Grayson really heading? And what secrets is he trying to so desperately to protect? Do you think Jacob will eventually catch him? Or could Grayson stay ahead of everyone and completely change the game? And if the truth finally comes out, who do you think it will hurt the most? Let me know your theories down in the comments because I'm really curious to hear what you all think. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the latest Beyond the Gates drama, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more shocking spoilers and story breakdowns coming very soon.